Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. If you're new to my channel, you're very welcome. My name is Busola. I'm a final year medical student living in Nigeria. I make videos about medical school, health and lifestyle generally. If you've not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button right now. Check out all my other videos. I'm sure you'll find a lot of them interesting. So like the title says, today's video is an advice video for freshers. This video was inspired by Olivia Gregory. She left a comment. She actually left a lot of comments on a lot of my videos, but this particular one I decided to make a video on because she made a request as well. So I'm going to leave that comment here. It says, I'm just going to skip to the part where she suggested the video. Please, can you do an advice video for freshers? What to expect, how to behave in all aspects. Please, I'm so nervous. Thank you. So yeah, first of all, shout out to you, Olivia, and thank you for all the love you've left on my videos. So if you're about to enter into uni, especially if your university is in Nigeria or you know someone who is about to, please share this video with them and keep on watching. The first thing I'm going to say is that I actually understand being nervous because you are going into uni. It is an entirely new journey. It sort of like signifies the beginning of adulthood. Like you're totally on your own, you are left to do things on your own. Nobody is chasing you to go to class, nobody's chasing you to do an assignment, nobody's chasing you to go to school, nobody is waking you up in the morning. Like there's no such thing. You're basically on your own and you get to make your own decisions, and then you get to live with the consequences of your decisions. So it can honestly be very nerve-wracking, and at the same time you are going into a large pool of young adults like you from different backgrounds with different beliefs and from different walks of life. So yeah, it can actually be quite overwhelming, but I think the first thing that I just want to say is that it is very normal, and I think that it will help to know that all of you are actually feeling that way, or at least a lot of you are feeling that way. So you are not alone in that. Almost every freshman is feeling that way. It's a new journey and you don't know what to expect really, especially if you don't really have anything to go on, like no advice, you know, nobody who has ever been to the school teaching you and telling you what to do and what not to do and what to expect and what not to expect. So yeah, it can actually be very nerve-wracking, but that is why I am here for you. Okay, the second thing I am going to say is about preparing to come into uni. I would just advise you to not buy too many things. I think just buy the basics, just buy the basic things that you feel like you're going to need daily. Don't do too much, don't buy too many things, because a lot of the times there are some of those things that you would never use. So I think you should just be minimalistic in the things that you buy. Just buy things you need. Buy your toiletries, buy your buckets, buy new nice clothes, buy your stationery, buy your provision. Don't buy too many provisions as well. Don't buy too many groceries. You will find places to buy those stuff there. Don't buy too many things. Don't go over the top. Just buy the things that you will need for, I think, a month or two will do. So don't go over the top. Just buy the things that you will need, pretty much. Second advice that I will give you, especially if you are going to a federal university in Nigeria. In federal, I know that in private universities you get assigned your space, so you pretty much live with other freshers. Like regardless, you are required to live with other freshers in private universities. But in a federal or state university in Nigeria, you have the choice of actually staying off campus. You have the choice of not being in school accommodation, and even if you're in school accommodation, you have the choice of not being in the hostel, predominantly for freshers. I would advise that you stay with freshers, at least for that 1 year. I didn't do that. I did not stay in the hostel for freshers. In my school, it's Mozambique hostel. I did not stay in that hostel just because, to me, I felt like it was the ghetto, honestly. Like I actually genuinely believed that that hostel was the ghetto. But at the same time, I think that the experience is a good thing. I honestly believe that the experience is a good thing. I know a lot of my friends who stayed there in their first year, and they have so many stories to tell, and I don't have any of those stories, to be honest. So I didn't really get to particularly mix with my mates in first year, and I feel like I missed out on that experience, to be honest. And also I didn't really feel it as much because I also had my best friend from home, and we were both like, we knew each other from home. So we pretty much had our own backs, and she was my companion throughout. I think that it would be best for you to actually just stay in accommodation for freshers for that first year. It will help you meet people. It can be annoying, to be very honest. Like, you will meet the good, the bad, and the ugly, but it is all a part of the experience. So I advise that you do that, even though I did not do that. Resume early. Don't resume a week after or 2 weeks after. Resume early. Like, be there on your resumption date. I think that it will help you get, especially if you're staying on campus, it will help you get better spaces, better bed spaces. If there's a bunk bed and you prefer maybe the bottom bunk, you get to pick first. Also, you get to have ample time to do your registrations and just get all of that out of the way, so you are not overwhelmed. You're already in an entirely new journey that may be strange, honestly, and stressful. So you don't want to compound that by coming late and having to figure out things by yourself, because if you come early, a lot of freshers are doing the same things that you're supposed to be doing, so you just go with the crowd, to be honest. But if you are coming late, it can be annoying, honestly, because most people have done the things that you were supposed to do, and now you're just coming and you have to keep asking from different people and just getting confused and overwhelmed. Take all the help that you can get from your family. I know you'll be eager to grow up, like, oh, I'm grown, I don't need anyone to follow me to school, I don't need anyone. Even if they drop you in school, you don't want them to stay. Like, no, take all of the help that you can get. When I was resuming in school, my mom was very adamant about helping, even though I did not want it. Like, to me, I'm like, I'm a grown woman, I can do all of these things by myself. But when I got to my hostel, it was very dusty and very just dirty, and actually a lot. So my mom and my sister waited, and they cleaned up everywhere for me, arranged everything for me, and that was such a huge burden off my neck at the time that even if I did not want, I actually really appreciate. So yeah, take all of the help that you can get. You're already grown. Everybody knows that you are grown, so just take the help. I think that it will make your life a lot easier. Save extracurriculars for after a couple of months after you've resumed. Save it for after you have actually settled in properly. Extracurriculars are very, very important. They are a very important part of your life in university. I think that you should definitely have those. Whatever it is that you're interested in, definitely do that. But don't just jump right in and start doing extracurriculars. Try and settle in properly, gauge everywhere, know everywhere, and then you can now begin your extracurriculars. Don't just like jump into it. Like I said, the goal is to minimize the amount of stress that you're going to feel in this time to the least possible. In university, you are not mandated to attend any classes. You can decide to not go for one class for the entire session, okay? You can decide to skip all of the classes, skip all of your dissections, skip everything, skip labs, skip everything for the entire session. Nobody is going to come and meet you. Nobody is going to catch you. And that freedom, compared to where you are coming from, where you are pretty much forced to do everything. If you don't do the things that you're supposed to do, there are immediate consequences that keep you in check, and then all of a sudden now you have all of these choices and you get to pick and choose what you want to do and what you don't want to do. I would advise that you go for all your classes. Just program your mind for those first, especially for the first semester. Program your mind to attend all your classes. Just attend all your classes. I know that there are some classes that are actually, sort of like a waste of time. Honestly, there are those classes like that it just feels like a waste of time, and it just feels like you just went there to waste your time and your energy. But I think that you need to get to know all those classes a bit better. Get to know by yourself which one is sort of a waste of time, which one is not, and get the hang of everything first before you now start deciding to skip classes. I'm not completely against skipping some classes, I'm going to say that, but you need to know which classes to skip. And you even need to know if you are the kind of person that skipping classes is for. If skipping classes is not for you, then don't skip any class at all. But if you can afford to skip some classes because it's for the greater good, because maybe you want to study, you want to do some other things, and it won't really affect you on the long run, yeah, then do that. But initially, get to know those classes well. You can't just be skipping random classes. Get to know those classes well, know the lecturers well, know which classes are lenient, know which classes are kind of like a waste of time before you even decide to start skipping any classes at all. This is a very, very important advice, especially for my medical students, freshers out there. Look for somebody in second year. Look for a returning student, preferably somebody in second year that just left the class that you are entering into now, and just sit them down and ask for advice on everything, especially classes, which classes you should take seriously, which person's notes you should never miss, which one gives impromptu tests, and you have to attend all of these classes, because one day you can just decide to give you guys impromptu tests and that will count as your CA. Those people will know all those details that will definitely help you, that will go a long way in helping and just saving you a lot of stress. So sit all those people down, at least one of them, especially one that you know that did well in the class that you are entering. Milk everything from them. It will save you a lot of time, a lot of stress, a lot of heartache and tears. Honestly, don't rush into anything. Don't rush into anything for any reason. Don't rush into drinking, partying, traveling out of school, fellowship, even church stuff, religious, sports, having fun, whatever it is. Don't rush into anything at all. Take your time. Yes, you can go for a few parties here and there. Yes, you can hang out here and there, but take it in doses, just in very, very tiny doses. Ease yourself into this. This is something that you have never really had the freedom to experience before, and all of that can be overwhelming, to be honest. So just ease yourself into it. Go for fellowship, like go for Sunday service and maybe midweek service if you are a Christian, but don't now rush into getting into a subunit or getting into a department in church or getting into being a worker in church. I personally would not advise it. I know that a lot of people would, and I know that a lot of people that has worked for them, but personally, it's just my belief, I personally would not advise it. Don't rush into traveling. Don't even travel in your first or second semester. Don't even travel out of school at all. Do everything in moderation. And when you get a hang of it, when you get a hang of the things that are good for you, the things that are not good for you, then you can decide. But in this time where everything is just like thrown at you and you have all of these choices, it will be better for you to just not rush everything. Now it's like, it feels like it's a buffet of freedom and there are so many different things that you can pick from. Just take all of them small, just a bit here and there, and decide what is good for you, decide what you want. Don't let anyone rush you into anything. Don't let them make you feel like you're uncool because you're not doing a particular thing with them. Guys, like, all of those things honestly do not matter. A lot of people don't know what they are doing, and that's the truth. So don't let anybody make you feel like, oh, because you're not doing this, you are not cool. The last advice that I am going to give is be your authentic self. Don't try to be like anybody else. Don't try to fit into a particular stereotype, a particular clique that you are not necessarily a part of, that just does not naturally agree with you. Don't force yourself to do any of that. Be exactly who you are. Look, university is a place where there are so many people, like people from every walk of life is there. People with different beliefs, different values, different ideals. You will find your people. That's the honest truth. Like, you will find you don't need to now conform to, because you met this group of people and maybe they were the first group of people that you met, you are now trying to conform to be like them. No. If you meet someone or a group of people and you people are just not gelling, move. Like move immediately. Like, you will find your people. So don't give into peer pressure and do things that you're not particularly okay with. Don't let anybody make you do what doesn't really sit well with your spirit. This is pretty much kind of like the beginning of adulthood, and you have your entire life ahead of you. You have so much time to do everything in the world, like so much time. Your freshman year is, just a small fraction of the rest of your life, the rest of your adulthood. The rest of your life is adulthood, and you can choose to do whatever it is you want to do or not. So don't rush into anything. Take your time, ease into it, and most importantly, have fun. Live a full life. There's this quote that I heard, I think from my best friend, that says, live your life full of stories. Whatever stories that you particularly gravitate towards, live your life full of those, and make your life into what you want it to become. Like, whatever it is that you aspire to, or you look or you dream about making your life become, make it that. Don't let anybody veer you away from that, because that's not what they believe, or that's not what they think is cool. Don't let anybody do any of those. The final advice that I'm going to give you now is just one last advice, you guys, is subscribe to my channel. Okay, subscribe to my channel, especially if you're a medical student. If you're a medical student and you're not subscribed to my channel, to be honest, I don't know how to help you. Like, at this point, I just feel like you just like suffering, to be honest. Like, if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? I feel like this channel is going to make your life a lot easier. It's going to help you not make some mistakes that you may have made. So definitely subscribe to my channel, share it, post it on your Instagram stories, take a screenshot of this vlog, of this video, post it on your Instagram stories and tag me on Instagram. And I would absolutely appreciate that, because it really would help my channel. So we've come to the end of this video. I absolutely enjoyed making this video. I hope it helps at least someone. And once again, shout out to you, Olivia, for suggesting this video. I hope that you have an amazing time in uni, and I hope that it is everything that you hoped and dreamed that it will be. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.